Hey guys, welcome back to Secrets of the Opposite Sex. I'm Tasha Ray.
And I'm Terrell. And we about to have some fun tonight. I am personally passionate about aviation and all the bullshit that comes along with it. So let's have a good time.
So last season, the episode Terrell joined us on was about dating a flight attendant. It was such a hit that we had to run it back with my girl, Britney. Hey, Britney.
Hi.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Britney. I'm 33. I am a flight attendant with one of the major airlines, and I am currently single.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll see how this goes today.
But, it's so funny. I love when people who work for airlines know that they be like, I'm a flight attendant for a major airline, aka legal ain't coming nowhere near here, baby.
And you're not gonna know who.
Exactly. Exactly. So I encourage everyone to mind their business. Thank you so much.
Okay. Because it's so valid.
Okay, so like I asked Terrell last season, one of the biggest misconceptions people have is that flight attendants have hoes in every area code. So how many hoes do you currently have, and where do they reside?
Me, currently, right now, I will say that I have 0 because I recently got out of a relationship in January. So I'm kind of back in that weird area of figuring out what I'm gonna do next when it comes to men. I will say that. So right now, 0. But when I first started flying before COVID happened, that was a different story. That is a completely different story. Completely.
Tell us more.
I will definitely say that it is possible if you want to be that flight attendant that does have people in different area codes. It's very easy because it is very easy. There's one time I was on vacation, met somebody in Costa Rica, and then a month later we met up in London when he was there for work. Or it just all depends on what you want to do. It really does.
I mean, maybe I'm just too old because, baby, when them wheels land, it's nap time. So I feel like, I'm gonna go to the hotel, get some charcuterie, maybe have a glass or 2 of wine, and then baby, that's it. So unless I specifically, I'm going that route and I'm gonna hit the ground full steam ahead when I land. Other than that, I'm gonna see you next time.
Very true. That does happen too.
First of all, we ain't talking about the now, so we talking about back in the day when you did have hoes in every area code, because you you had a few, Terrell.
I mean, maybe he's in Atlanta, maybe his name Dante. I don't really know nothing about that. Can we bleep that? I'm gonna say that for my memoirs of a flying fuckboy. Okay, so I feel like I learned a lot about a city by working a flight to that city. So if you had to break it down to the best place to find eligible bachelors in a specific place, what do you think that is?
That's a tough. Are we talking in the States or are we talking Europe?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Worldwide.
Europe-wise, Spain, anywhere in Spain is Madrid or Barcelona. That's where I'm looking for an eligible bachelor just because I love Spain in general. So I would say Spain, I'd try and find me one on those routes. In the States, for somebody to have fun, of course, just going to Miami. If you're looking to have just a good time, Miami. If you're looking for somebody a little bit more serious, maybe LA. I don't know. It just all depends. Or are you talking about the random states like Billings, Montana, or something? You can find a man on the way to Billings.
You know what? Wait, but don't be ruling out some of them, because let me tell you something. Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wichita. They be out there talking about it.
Okay. Oh my God. Madison those are the craziest time. We're Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I had probably a good time in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is random. But
I've heard of a South Dakota before today.
to a city, I already like have somebody there. Like, so if I'm over here picking up trips, I'll pick up trips where I already have somebody there, whether it's Charlotte or it's Fort Lauderdale or it's out in California. So back when I had options in different area codes, I would pick up my trips based on people I already have. I'm kind of picky when it comes to meeting random people because the movie Taken is very real. Weird when it comes to meeting people. I haven't gotten to that point yet where I'm comfortable with, because I know a lot of flight attendants, they'll do the apps, like the online dating apps, and find their husband in Paris. I haven't gotten comfortable with that yet. Yeah. There's multiple people that have literally met their husband off Tinder in a different country and now they're married. Like,
my apps are broken then. They don't work like that. Never work like
that. They will sit here just every time they pick up a Paris, France, already match in that city, and then go on dates with different men when they're there. And like have it already lined up, tell the hotel where they're going, leave the license plates half the time of the men's car so that they know who they're with and go on the dates. And yeah, one of my homegirls, her roommate married the man. Now she's living in Paris. And then another girl I just went to Madrid with, she did the same thing. She just did up the dating apps, went and got lunch with this man in Madrid. And yeah, I just don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know. Have y'all done that before? Haven't crossed up.
When I use the apps, it's not usually, well, I never find anybody that I'm just like, ooh, nothing to get excited about. It's usually like, so I have a friend with me. Don't be weirded out. Like, I'm not really looking for love or anything. I'm just looking for a non-tourist like outing, you know? So would you be down? And yeah, they've been very nice, but it's never been like a love connection. But I think I'm done with the apps anyway, because I don't find love connections. I just find more friends. I don't need no more friends.
I don't know. I don't know if I can get back into the dating apps. I don't know. It's worked for quite a few people, but I'd rather just meet somebody like on a plane and like have a conversation on the plane and then hang out.
Have you met people on the plane?
I have not, but I'm
That's what I'm gonna say, because like I've probably met one man, and
I have not, but I'm gonna share her story because my friend, she met somebody on a flight back from Frankfurt. They exchanged phone numbers and they've been talking ever since. It's probably been like 2 months at this point. She's about to leave and walk out the door and go meet up with him in Lisbon, and then they're gonna go to Iceland this whole week. So it's possible. But me personally, I have not met a man off of the plane yet.
What am I doing wrong? Because the last person I met, you know, he was at the meat counter down there at, you know, the Giant. I ain't mad about that because that's a discount on some meat, you know, and that's expensive.
Oh, he worked the meat counter.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you met him when he was picking out some steaks.
Oh, no. I wasn't. He was serving the T-bone. And then later he served the T-bone. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. You get a good steak and you get a good bone.
Yo, I feel like you got to get a good plug out here. I ain't even hating that he down at the Giant. Inflation is real.
It is. It very much so is now.
I'm saying, okay, like maybe the apps work better across the pond, you know, than they do here stateside. But it sounds like fuckboys are just worldwide.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Of course. Of course. Like another flight attendant that I'm friends with, she met her man on a layover at the layover hotel in Nigeria. And they've been talking consistently for months. She's ready to settle down with this man. And I'm just like,
you know what? That might be the move. Like that. And this is what I recently found out. Like, literally last week. And I was like, damn, like missed opportunities all across the board. So that's probably a great idea. Like going to the lobby bar or something like that. That seems like a great place to meet someone on a layover. Makes all the sense in the world. And getting there before your flight leaves. So my flight was delayed last week by like 2 hours. So I'm like, in LaGuardia, like, fuck it, give me a glass of wine, give me some food, child, just sit here and kill some time. And I met like 2 different guys that were just very quality guys, just random conversations out of nowhere. But I was just like, maybe
you'll meet a lot of qualified men sitting at the bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
If I could ever run on time, shoot, I'm always like running to the gate, like, no, let me on, please.
Don't forget about me. I'm here.
Please.
Please.
Right, that means you would actually have to show up before boarding.
Right? Like, ugh. I don't know about that life. It's gonna take some time.
True.
How long do you date someone before you go on vacation together?
The last person that I got in a relationship with, I would not hang out with him in Raleigh, North Carolina. I sure would not, because it's just too small of a city. So the first time I hung out with him was on vacation in LA for a week. Like, he booked a house because him and his friends were gonna have some party, and this was all during COVID. And I met him out there instead of hanging out with him right down the street, because I was not about to be involved. Too many people know each other. So I had my own room. He had his room. And yeah, we went on vacation together basically the first time I hung out with him. So I'd rather hang out with somebody probably sooner on vacation than later. Cause I don't know. I just feel like you get to see people out of their element first and like get to know them without either being in one person's space or being in my space. You're all in like a neutral area where you can hang out and see what happens. Yeah. But I would say I was talking to this man for a whole month before I went on vacation with him.
Yes. Don't go on vacation with strangers.
No. We were talking every day, multiple times a day.
Let's take a flight.
Yeah. Unless you are Terrell, because I have done it. I'm very adventurous in a way that, like, I'm an optimist in a way that I assume that most things will be okay. And if they aren't, then if I make it out alive, then I have a story to tell. So I'm all about do it, see what happens. And at bare minimum, I can add it to my memoir. I think it's very important that you say you wouldn't hang out with him in North Carolina. Because I think a lot of people don't keep kind of stuff like that in mind, because these cities are a lot smaller than you think they are. As far as like attractive people to date, or eligible people that you would consider, pools are smaller than most people think they are.
Yeah. Exactly.
Seeing them in those environments take the weight off both of y'all shoulders. Hindsight. So I think that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever had anyone acknowledge that before.
Yeah.
So going on vacations after that point, how would you decide who pays for what?
If I'm coming out here to meet you, I would appreciate it if you covered the hotel or the place where we're staying. Like if you're already planning on going out there, I'm like, okay, and you invite me to come hang out, like I would appreciate it and kind of expected for the room to be taken care of. When it comes to food and stuff like that, I'm not worried about that. But like when it comes to the room and where we're gonna lay our head, please, I'd appreciate it if you do take care of that. Now, if we're planning a vacation together and it's in the beginning stages, I'm not mad about paying for my portion of it. If I'm like, hey, I want to go to Costa Rica, you trying to come in a week? Cool. But if I'm first like hanging out with you and you invite me somewhere, I'd expect you to cover the tab on the where we're laying our head. At least.
I would think that, I work under the assumption if I'm on vacation, I'm probably spending stupid anyway. So, and I would hope that most people go on vacation with the same mindset, like, hey, I ain't out here penny pinching on vacation. To me, that's not really how vacation works. If you ain't got the money, please stay wherever your name is on someone's lease or vice versa. Because why you out here inconveniencing me because I want to get the surf and turf and you want to get the chicken tenders. Spending $22 anyway.
I definitely agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
So I would assume most of the time, even if I invite somebody out, I'm most likely gonna pay for most things, or at bare minimum where we sleeping at.
Now I've had other guys that I've talked to. They're like, just get here, or they'd even pay for my flight. Like, just get here. You don't have to worry about anything. Even if I was to bring my friend with me, they'd be like, you ain't got to worry about nothing. We ain't got to worry about food. We ain't got to worry about alcohol. We ain't got to worry about nothing. And I love that. See, I love that. I wish more did that. But I mean, he's in a different tax bracket than quite a few other people. So it kind of just depends on which tax bracket somebody's in and what you expect on a vacation.
My number is 202. love a vacation. All right, it's my favorite thing to do.
Me too. Vacations are my favorite. It's like you have Britney at home, and then you have vacation Britney. And like, especially if we're going to Miami, it's a totally different Britney.
Right, because they're literally totally different people. They different people.
Completely.
But I feel like that's what life is supposed to be, though.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking about, Tara?
I was trying to think about the last time I've been to Miami, because I don't go to Miami often because I don't like working to Miami.
Mm.
So I don't really get to go that often. So there are a few. I will pass on a Miami trip majority of the time because the people,
the Miami crowd is crazy, child.
Hello, like the passengers are uphill.
God, our last Miami trip, it was a shit show. Or well, not the passengers. It was just the layover. It was a lot. It was a lot in a very short amount of time and very little sleep, but
as it should be.
Exactly.
Literally, that in Atlanta one time, I got invited on a birthday trip with a group of friends and who I had just met. And this was a few years ago. And so
those types of trips are a great time. With people you just met.
And now these people are like my best friends now. So I get invited to this birthday trip and we show up. The trip started on Thursday, but I think I got there like Saturday morning or something. So there's 2 more days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And I feel like when I landed and it completely went full steam ahead, the next, I don't know, 46 hours.
It was a great time.
I mean, next thing you know, I was in Atlanta airport ready to give my life back to God because it was just so much. It was so much, but it was also perfect.
A great time. A great time. See, that's what I live for, is the moments that just happen to be just a great time. One of my really good friends, we picked up a trip to Miami, and then the girl we were working with, she was just so cool too. So we're just having a great time in the lobby. And then I so happen, like I said, have a friend in Miami. So I'm leaving and going to Fort Lauderdale at 10:30 in the morning when we had a wake up call at 4 a.m. Like, it was just a lot. It was a great night.
And that's a friendship to me.
Indeed.
Right. You set 5 alarms to make sure you catch that van in the morning.
Girl.
I didn't get back to the hotel till 2.
Very important.
I miss the van. All right, so my next question. Okay. What's the worst lie you've ever told someone and have been told?
Okay, I'm going to start with been told. Okay. I just have a very good like sixth sense when it comes to certain things, because they had, at the end of the week, it was like they were having a party. So they invited females to come stay at these big houses. And one of them made a comment about so-and-so hasn't even said hello to me yet. And I was just like, And I asked him straight to his face. I was like, so have you and this girl, do y'all have a past? Like, this is our first week hanging out. I have made it clear, like, you can be honest with me. I don't care. If you just tell me so that I'm aware of the situation, so I'm not looking like a dummy, then I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. I asked him, I was like, has there anything been going on between you before? Because there was this comment made, your name was brought up. I was just sitting there and overheard their conversation. And her friend was like, is he here with somebody? And I'm just like, So I asked him, and this man said, no, nothing's ever happened between us before. 6 months later, we get in a fight, and he said, oh yeah, that was my side chick that I cheated on my baby mama with, that I've known each other, we've known each other for like 6 years. And I'm like, okay.
Jeez.
6 months later, when we get in a fight, now you want to sit here and tell me, oh, what? That just ruined it for me. That was,
Oh, they be so comfortable with the lies too. Like they just like, whew, fall out their mouth.
Exactly how it was. Like, it just like, bam. Here you go. I'm like, excuse me?
What? Y'all living reckless out here.
I'm really a straightforward type of person. So when it comes to me lying to somebody, I'd rather just tell the truth. I guess like hiding the fact that I was occasionally messaging a guy that I used to have a fling with when I was in a relationship, and not saying that was on Snapchat would be a lie, but lying straight to somebody I know's face, I honestly can't even think of one, because I literally would rather sit here and tell them straight up what's going on. And if they agree with it or not, I'm just like, it is, I don't care.
Give somebody the opportunity to make a choice for themselves.
Exactly. And that's what there for the longest time, I would sit here and not say anything to him about. Here, I'm over here talking to this man that I kind of missing, even though we're together. But yeah, when it came down to the point where if I was going to get caught in a lie, because like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lay this on the table and just sit here and say, yeah, I will occasionally talk to this man because I will sometimes miss him. and then are you mad or you're not? And see what happens. But lying straight to somebody's face, I honestly can't even think of one.
I mean, I like to keep things exciting, and lying to me, that just kind of adds.
Go there.
So, because it's almost like hopscotch. So, maybe you hop on the truth, maybe you hop on the lie. You just don't know what you go.
I can't do that because I can't keep up with telling somebody.
Because I feel like it's so exciting, like it's so fun. Especially if you lie about something dumb.
Exciting?
Yeah, because I feel like if you lie about something stupid and then niggas get mad, like they when they find out, like they ooh, like got your ass. I'm like, and I was like, see, this actually wasn't even that deep. Like I enjoyed having fun with that, but because you're upset, I'm gonna enjoy that too.
Okay, so you like the lie, and if they figure it out, it's like they think they got you, but in reality, really. It's like whatever.
And to be honest, if you figure it out, then I love you. Like we probably run off together. It's like, why would you not? Like, if you don't figure it out, I'm gonna be looking at you sideways. Like, how you know I ain't lying?
See, I never even thought of it like that. Never thought like me. On the other hand, I'm like, I'd rather just have these people know everything and not let anything jump out the bag. Like, I want you to know everything straight up ahead of time because I ain't got time to be playing these games.
It's a lot of juggling.
I feel like you ain't asking the right questions if you ain't got all my lies out.
Oh my god, that is too.
That is funny. But I actually agree with that though. What? I'm about to be like Tara. I'm just start lying, Nick.
It's so exciting.
Lying or just not being as honest. Like, let me just stop being honest.
That's probably it. Not being so forthcoming, just giving a little breadcrumbs here and there.
Because realistically, we know we can't keep it up. Not for an extended amount of time, right? Like, I'm probably gonna get caught. But I'd much rather, like, if you catch me sooner rather than later, then I know you for me. You know what I'm saying? I need that.
Speaking of knowing if someone's for you, do you think men should practice being committed before they jump into a marriage?
Yes, you should definitely practice that. Because yeah, these men will sit here and get married and then have 5 girlfriends. Like, what is the point of you even getting married? Like, you've been in a committed relationship for however many years. Think the next step is marriage, but then still have the 5 girlfriends that you had before you even got married with you while you're married. And now look, 5 years later, what? You're still cheating on your wife, which is not okay. You should have never got married in the first place. And you still got all these people on the side. Like, yes, 100% they need to practice commitment. I think men need to sit here and really sit down and think about whether or not they're ready for a relationship.
What have you been doing?
That's a red flag. And that's why
we're gonna get to that game later.
Yes, we are.
Because I love that. Let me tell you something. If it's a red flag, baby, I'm gonna find it. Okay.
That's all I ever dated was red flags.
Do you think that you break up with some, right? Do you think that you always need closure at the end of a relationship?
I would say I'm one that likes closure because we'll let you sit and marinate for a few months. And then if you don't reach out to me and apologize for the shit that you put me through, you never cared about me. You never cared about me. Like, there's one guy I dated This man just, I swear to God, he just straight up ghosted me. Didn't give me a reason why he didn't want to talk to me no more. Nothing. Jumped in a whole relationship with the chick that he was seeing basically at the same time as me that I found out about. Didn't even tell me why he stopped talking to me. Nothing. Didn't give me a reason. Okay, you never cared about me. The men that I've dated, other men that I've dated, like when I got in a relationship, this last relationship, I completely cut him off because he completely disrespected me. And I was like, I'm done. 6 months later, when I got in a relationship, like, I have no respect for you, blah, blah, whatever. Okay, you're mad. Okay, who cares? That, I get a phone call from a random number and he's over here apologizing about everything he put me through for like 6-7 years. And honest to God, I started crying because it was the closure that I needed because he had put me through so much and he apologized about all of that. I started crying, and my ex was over here like, or my recent guy that I was currently in a relationship was like, what do you mean you start crying? I'm like, because it was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. Like he finally apologized and said sorry for all the shit that he put me through. Like it was just like a relief. It's what I needed to hear after so many years of like emotional abuse and like feel like I'm getting used. Like it was what I needed. And then my current boyfriend at the time was like, it made him kind of feel insecure. So he's over here thinking I still got feelings for him. I'm like, no, like it was just what I needed to hear finally after so long. So I definitely want the closure for sure.
Tara, you are you giving closure or do you need closure? Are you?
I mean, I think
I don't want to hear this.
You know, it depends. Now, my dumb ass, he would have called me, you know, apologize, and I would have been like, but I love you. And like, we could have just ran off, you know, to the sunset. And then my new nigga would have just had to be mad that I was probably running off my old nigga. So.
I love you. Oh my God.
But that's the funny part. That's what I think about closure. Like, I always wonder how sincere it is. I know sometimes you can feel it, like, you know, if someone's being completely sincere and whatever, but a lot of times I feel like men use that as a last ditch effort to manipulate you back into talking to them and starting the cycle all over again. And that's why I'm just like, keep your closure back. Keep it.
Okay. I can definitely see that point of view too, for sure.
You're blocked because we'll never get there because you're blocked.
True. And that's one thing I can say about like not the recent guy that I dated, but the guy that I dealt with for so many years. Like that's always what it was. But like every time he'd reach out and say sorry, yada yada yada, it just start the whole cycle over again. But I had gotten to the point where there was no coming back. I'm over here able to go see whoever I want to go see, do whatever I want. Like, no, if I come home and you straight up disrespect me, like, no, there is so many more fish out here in this sea. There's so many more countries that I need to go to. Like, I'm not. No, thank you. I'm done. I am so done. So done.
I mean, I think that's fair. As a person who enjoys the wash cycle, the rinse cycle, the speed wash cycle. Take me through the cycle, baby. I can't
do that anymore. Oh my God, I just can't. That's why I haven't really been in any long-term relationships, like in a committed relationship where the man called me a girlfriend instead of just a situationship. Like the guy I was dealing with for 7 years, that was a situationship.
7 years?
It was a long time. We dealt with each other for a long time.
We're supposed to be at the courthouse in like 2.
Right?
7?
When I was 24.
You don't get to break up with me after 7 years. Like you got to.
He didn't break up because they were never together. Now I'm confused.
I just cut it off. It was like, I'm done dealing with this.
You have to fight me at this point. Like 7 years?
Toxic. Yeah. I honestly look at him. I feel like, and do I want to be with him? Hell no. Are we past that? 100%. But do I still look at him as somebody that I would call if I got into a situation where I need somebody to talk to? For sure. And besides that, he ended up knocking some chick up. That's another hard thing for me. My recent ex was the first guy that I dated that had a kid. She was 7 years old. So I'm over here thinking like, okay, they've had this child forever. It's been a long time. Everything should be worked out. No, I have people sending me messages on Instagram. I have people texting my phone. I have people like,
Barbara, this is Shirley. I'm trying to come to you as a woman.
Yes. This is like, what? Here's where I feel like I'm just so naive, because I was over here telling him, like, I feel like I should go meet up with your baby mama because I'm about to be around y'all's daughter, like take her to dinner, whatever, introduce myself, just because as a respect thing. So,
well, maybe that is the answer to this next question. What is your biggest dating or relationship regret? Maybe he's one.
Yeah, it could be. I'll say this. I won't even call it black or white. Like, it's the worst dating regret, but it was definitely a lesson. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I regret it, but was it a lesson that I don't want to have to learn again? 100%. Because I want healthy. I want happy. I don't want no drama. Like,
absolutely.
Like, I'm in a place where if it does not bring me peace, like, I can't do it.
So
if you're enjoying the episode, make sure you download Secrets of the Opposite Sex on Apple App Store and Google Play today and join in on the fun. Back to the episode.
before we get into our red flag game,
okay,
I have a question. So what do you think are some deal breakers for you during the dating phase?
If you need to hear from me every second of the day, people that are not secure with themselves, I can't do that. Because when you start telling me, like, why haven't I heard from you? Why haven't I done this? Why haven't you responded fast enough? Okay, next, please, next. Because you gotta go. You gotta go. That's way too needy for me.
I feel like for our lifestyles, like, yo, you got to be confident in your damn self, because I ain't here.
100%. If you are not confident in yourself, there is no way in hell you could ever date a flight attendant. Like, you're okay. There's no way. It's not possible. It is not possible at all. Because if you're over here, you're bored because you can't talk to me 24/7. If you have nothing going on, what do you start doing? You start hitting up other females. Like, you see me, I'm telling you, I'm going out with a crew. Then you start asking me questions. Well, who's a part of the crew? I'm like, is it a female crew? Is it a male crew? Like, it's a mix of both. What do you mean? You're about to hang out with male flight attendants? What do you mean? The pilots are going to go eat with y'all? What do you mean? No, I don't want you to do that. No, I don't want you to do this.
I'm going to encourage you to go outside and play in traffic, because what?
Like, what do you mean? Like, because I was about to apply for one of the charter flights for the MLB charters that we do out of here. Man, I think I'm about to apply for the charters. He said, what charter? I said, the MLB charter. He said, ML no.
You better not even apply for the Sesame Street charter. What?
I will say I gave him that one because he used to play basketball. He told me, he's like, our teammates were still over here having sex with these flight attendants when they were over here doing the college charters. So no, there's no way. I've seen it. Like, all right. I give you that one. I will not apply. I will not apply.
All right. Good guy.
Kids, they're in college. Oh my God.
Woo! Okay, so now we're about to move into my favorite section of the podcast, the red flag game. So I'm gonna ask, we're gonna ask a series some questions whether or not it's a red flag or no.
Okay.
All right. So now, us as flight attendants, we got a lot of weird living situations. We stay in crash pads, bunk mates, his mate, wherever we can sleep and shower. That's where we gonna be at.
Facts.
So, in relation to is it a red flag for you if a man that you're dating lives with their ex?
Lives with their ex?
She said, not that dating situation.
100% that's a red flag. There's no way they're not still having sex. There's no way they won't come home drunk one night and end up in each other's bed. I can't do that. I'm a very confident female, but that's a no for me. That's
too far.
And as a man who tried to play that game for 72 hours, you're right. Yeah.
god. That's one I definitely couldn't do. If you had a female roommate, okay, fine. Yeah, I can't do the ex. But if it's a female that you're cool with and you're really friends with, that's like family, okay, that's fine. Because I myself would do the same thing.
Okay. Do you think it's a red flag when someone never initiates anything, like never initiates conversation, intimacy, date night?
Oh, yes. Yes, 100%. My dad always told me don't ever hit a man up. If he's not hitting you up and he's not asking you to go somewhere, he ain't interested in you.
Oh, so that's a word, child. That is a word.
If you're not hitting up my phone and I'm always reaching out trying to plan something with you, like obviously I'm not on your mind.
Right.
So yeah, that's definitely a red flag. That half the time I don't even respond to people that text me. So if you're not texting my phone, you're not going to hear from me. So
that's a bad bitch. You get me?
I'm not even I swear, one thing about being a flight attendant is you learn how to be alone.
That is so true.
Being alone.
That is so true.
And just be by myself.
Do you think it's a red flag if a guy doesn't have a passport? Like if your sense of vacation is the Carnival cruise to Nassau, Bahamas, is that a red flag for you?
So I'm not going to say it's a red flag, but I'm going to say as soon as we start dating, you're going to apply and pay for yourself to get a passport. I'm not going to say that's a red flag because I'm okay with if you've never traveled before, because honestly, we are highly blessed. I grew up highly blessed having a passport, and like my 18th birthday vacation was in Mexico. Like not everybody has that luxury. Not everybody is able to afford that kind of lifestyle to take those types of vacations. So if you've never experienced that, I'm not going to judge you. But when we get together, you're going to apply for that passport, and then we're going to take some trips. We're going out to the country.
Amen.
My 18th birthday, I was down there at the Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know what. I mean, if you were an adult, Chuck E. Cheese had it going on during the daytime. You know what I'm saying? You go in there, it ain't really that many people. The pizza slap.
Pizza, got some fun games.
Okay, speaking of, he's getting that passport. So what if he's rude to customer service staff, like along the way at the restaurants, at the airport?
That's a red flag, and I will 100% correct you on that. Being in the service industry for so long, if you're ever here disrespectful to people, either I'm going to correct you and I will say it quick, like you need to get your shit together and knock it the fuck off. That's exactly how I'll say it. And then if you continue to do it the next time we're out somewhere,
Yeah, because I'm thinking, I've been with people who, are in the upper tax bracket, and sometimes they feel like because they're in that upper tax bracket that they can do that. And I'm like, no. I mean, if anything, you should be more understanding, because it's like I don't understand why that is supposed to be okay, that you would ever disrespect somebody in the customer service staff. But I would never understand it.
If I see somebody disrespecting somebody in the service industry, no, that's a big no for me, because whenever these freaking people with status that get upgraded to first class sit here and disrespect us, I'm like,
sis, I'm on more flights than you, so I don't want to hear this.
No, that's right.
I don't want to hear this.
I'm in the air more than you are. Please knock it off.
Hello, I'm executive flat too.
I feel like they feel like you should act a certain way once you get upgraded first class. Like even people that you can tell have not flown first class before, it's their first time. It's just like they feel like they gotta like turn their nose up at, sis, do you want to drink it? Like, relax, girl. Relax.
Chicken or no chicken? Which one do you want? What do you want?
Right.
Hello.
No, I love the people that never really fly it, like for real, and then they get up there and like they first drink, be like, oh, let me get a red wine, and then vodka tonic. Oh, wait, whiskey ginger, and I'm like, none of this makes sense. Like none of this is aligning.
I'm like, okay, you can have whatever you want.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, girl, I know you got access to everything. Enjoy.
Right.
Okay. So do you think it's a red flag? And it's kind of, it's a little testy. So during the dating phase, you meet a guy, y'all dating or whatever. Do you think it's a red flag for them to continuously date other people only because you're not around all the time?
Ooh. So I feel like if that question wasn't asked, like, are you dating other people? And you all didn't establish that boundary of we're ready to sit here and just date one another, then okay, do what you want to do. Because if we sit here and decide to be exclusive and you're still dating other people when I'm not around just because I'm not around,
Yeah, I think I can see that. I think that in a way it's like, okay, maybe it's comforting to you to not put all your eggs in one basket because I'm not here all the time. Like, you may actually be into me, but then at the same time, it's almost like that low-key shows that you ain't really comfortable with me being away.
Exactly.
So
you're not a person. This is my career for like the rest of my life. Like,
right.
I'm doing forever, and you can't sit here and just want me because I'm not around consistently. And I feel like that's what a lot of flight attendants come across. Like, I was over here interested in this man before COVID hit. I told him, I was like, I'm ready for like a relationship. I'm ready for something more consistent. This man sat here and told me, you're not consistently around. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's my job. So I feel like it takes a special man, or takes a special man, takes a special female to be able to date somebody like the job that we have. Everybody thinks it's all butterflies and whatever because they can get flight benefits at first. Then they realize like they're not coming home every night. They have to sleep by themselves every night. Like we're doing at work, we're doing the same thing. It's tough.
No, that's very real. Cause it would be one thing if I'm away for leisure, but this ain't even that.
No, it's work. Yeah. This is what I love this job. I will never trade this job for anything else. It's a job. You can work as much or as little as you want. It's like, I mean, when you have a lot, COVID done messed it up. COVID done messed it up for me, but I'm almost back there.
Listen, they're gonna have to carry me out this motherfucker, okay?
Like, I am not leaving this job for some man. I am very money motivated. Like, I want to work. I want to stack this money. I want to stack this bread. I'm not taking off days to come see you because I'm paying my bills. Like, if you're paying my bills, cool. I'll come see you all the time. But if you're not paying my bills and you're not helping me out with my bills, because I got big bills. I got my house back home. I got a place here. Like, I got to work.
Right. And you just taking up all my days. Oh,
ma'am. And people don't understand our job. That's the tough part, is when you try to explain to them how the hours work, they don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Right. And they be looking like, wait, so the plane, it pushed back? And I'd be like, girl.
I mean, everybody was shocked to learn that we don't get paid until the door closes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, Brittany. So we have come to the part of the show where we turn the tables and allow you to ask us one question that we must answer.
Okay, this for sure I want to know, because I've only been flying for 3 years, but when it does come to relationships, have y'all been able to find successful relationships dating somebody that does not, let's say, dating somebody that works like a 9 to 5? Have y'all been able to, does it work? Does it not work? Or are they sitting here and upset when you're not home on the weekends? Like, because that's the biggest thing me and my friends have been wondering.
I'll attempt to take a stab at this. So I feel like, well, first of all, I've never been someone who wanted to live on a plane. I was not the person that was picking up trips on my days off, and I'm gonna be off. So I've always been of that mindset. And then I've always been able to structure my schedule so that I work normal times that people typically work, Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday type situation, so that I can feel like I have a normal life or I see them on a normal basis. So, and then if it comes to dating somebody with a 9 to 5, I typically will pick up just 2-day trips. So I would leave and then you'll see me tomorrow. So what's a night? You know, and if you can't get past a night, baby, at a time, okay, then you got a problem. this ain't got nothing to do with me on my job. So I don't think I've ever, for me, it's never been an issue because I feel like I've been able to manipulate my schedule to make it do what it need to do so that I can do what I need to do to make sure I have a social life, a love life, all that stuff on the side. Like I just have worked hard to make sure that there's that balance. But I get it because sometimes something has to give. Like sometimes I'm gonna pick up this trip because it's a lot of money right here, okay? So I'm gonna see you in 4 days, bro. Or sometimes it's just like, damn, I really want to go, but haven't been putting in the time here, so let me just pass. And because this relationship is important to me, so it's about just if we're at that level, give and take, compromise.
True.
Yeah, I think that I would agree with that in the sense that I think when I maybe 4 years into the game, when I was like consistently having the weekends to myself, things got a whole lot easier because at the time I was dating someone who was real busy. So they're at home, they're in meetings all the time. So I had no issue with working, Monday through Thursday, or no issue with working Tuesday to Friday, because I know when I got home, hopefully on Friday afternoon, that the weekend was going to be ours. So I think that it was, and he kind of preferred that as well. Like shit, even a lot of time we would communicate, of course, but we didn't have time to talk extensively during the week just because of all the work that he does.
Right.
And I think that works well for me because I don't want to be on your neck and I don't need nobody on my neck either.
Yeah.
So I liked that situation. So I think it does work. Shit, it's been working for me for a while. Now I've been in and out of, a few relationships through my tenure with this job. But for the most part, I don't think any of the problems that I had anything to do with me not ever being around. If they was a fuck nigga, they was a fuck nigga because one, that bitch knew good and well that I was coming to brunch late, but had the audacity. My bad, I was finna do it. I went off on the tangent.
Come back.
Okay. I was ready to ride out.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Britney, for joining us in the hot seat today. So where can our listeners find you on the net if they want to slide into your DMs and maybe ask you for a buddy pass? Because that was coming.
Oh my God, that's 100% coming. You can find me on Instagram at _ Britney Nicole _ and I spell my name Britney, because that is the biggest thing that people cannot figure out. So it's _ Britney Nicole _ on basically Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, wherever. But yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Glad you came through. So please be sure to download the Secrets of the Opposite Sex app, subscribe to this podcast, and like and comment on this episode on YouTube.
And we'll be back next week with a brand new lady in the hot seat. So thank y'all for joining us and see y'all next time.
Bye.